this review of the Batman 25th Anniversary Blu-ray Special with figure. Now, just to let you know that this is not the Diamond Luxe Edition Blu-ray Special. This is just your standard Blu-ray Special that was released back in 2010. The reason that is because when I made the order for this off of Toys R Us's website, they did not have the Diamond Luxe Edition in stock. It was not yet released. So, we're just going to go ahead and set this aside since it serves really no purpose except just to actually get me this figure, because without the Blu-ray bundle, I could not actually get a hold of this Batman figure. As a matter of fact, I don't think anyone actually could, because there used to be a sticker on here, which is not present at this time, that confirmed this information that you have to actually purchase the Blu-ray special and the figure on the exact same receipt. But, you know, I guess Toys R Us is changing their decision on that because it's no longer present on either this or this. So, taking a look at the package for this thing, it is very reminiscent to the original Toy Biz packaging for the 1989 Batman toy license. Even on the back, it's pretty accurate. It's even accurate in some places that you probably wouldn't even remember, because on the actual packaging for the Toy Biz special, there was a little bit of a misproduction as well, because the Batman figure that I have to show off right here was the one that actually came with the set, but on the back of his card back, it was not. It was actually a Superpowers Collection Batman figure that was repainted in black. So, I guess this is kind of a homage to the actual replication of this packaging, because as you can see, this is the 18-inch NECA Batman figure, and this is the 7-inch. So, that's kind of cool. At least to me it is. Here's the article on the Gotham Globe that was on the back of the packaging. So if you want to read that, go ahead and pause the viewer. Alright, so moving on. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and start this off with a size comparisons, because I've got a lot to talk about on this figure, and I don't want anything to just interrupt me from out of nowhere. So let's go ahead and just do that. There's the Toy Biz Batman. Here's the Dark Knight Collection Batman. And last but not least, here's the Mattel Letdown. So they all serve their purpose pretty much, but really when it comes down to it, I think the only one that I truly need is just the NECA, because it's in the standard 6 to 7 inch scale action figure size that everybody's been dying to get a hold of for 20 plus years. So yay, NECA was able to fulfill that open wound. So, I mean, it's cool. What else can I say? It's amazing to finally have an actual action figure sized Batman of Michael Keaton. Freaking awesome. For that, I could just go ahead and end this review and say A++. Why not? But, you know, that would be cutting corners. I've really got to just go all out and have my say about this thing, because believe it or not, I do actually have some nitpicks. I know a lot of people don't want to hear that, but that's just how I review my figures. So let's go ahead and take a look at his accessories. This is kind of a nitpick, because where the NECA 18-inch Batman came with a lot, and I mean quite a bit of accessories, this one does not. He's got some interchangeable hands, one where he can actually hold his grapple gun. He's got a balled up fist with an open gap at the top where you could actually insert his signature Batarang. Like so. Speaking of which, let's take a look at this thing up close and personal. Very nicely detailed. I wish I could actually get my thumb off it. There you go. There's not much to say about this. It's painted. It's got some like silver bits to let you know that these are actually bladed areas, which is nice. It's a nice touch for NECA. Especially for the price on this figure, which was like $35. That's also including the Blu-ray, but whatever. The only problem with the Batarang is that it's so small it doesn't have that actually folding up gimmick that the NECA 18-inch one did. So there's that. And let's take a look at the grapple gun. This is, it's pretty good, all things considered, for such a size. It's got its charm. The studs on the back are actually painted in silver. The silver on this is actually very shiny. As a matter of fact, to me, it's kind of like chrome-like in a way. So that's pretty interesting. This is bent out of whack up here, this piece. So I can't do anything about it. Only issue I've really got with this is that it doesn't separate and it doesn't actually clip on anywhere to Batman's utility belt. But, you know, for the sides, it's pretty decent. That is definitely Michael Keaton. It's not Hot Toys quality, obviously. But, you know what? This figure didn't have to pay an arm and leg to get a hold of, so yay. Awesome. It's very nice. I don't know what else to say beyond that. It's definitely Michael Keaton, especially underneath. See, you can't do that with the Hot Toys one. This is actually a separate headpiece wearing an actual rubber mask. That is amazing. I never would have thought that NECA would take it that far. This is awesome. His eyes are actually just painted black. There's no blue iris or anything like that. Just to let you know that, you know, that's Michael Keaton's eye color, but oh well. The bat emblem is a bit sloppy on the suit, as you can see, but I've seen worse. Just to bring him back in again, the Mattel 4-inch Batman figure, I had to actually repaint the bat emblem because it was a tragic mess when I first pulled it out. A pretty good amount of this suit is actually flexible. The joints on this Batman figure are quite hidden, pretty good. There are some, you know, actual showing joints. You just can't cut corners on that. There's no way possible. I mean, if you want to get as much articulation and posability out of this figure, you're just going to have to deal with it. But, you know, the best part about this figure is that he's pretty much entirely black, so it's not that easy to see, especially from up close. Anyway, let's get to the articulation on him. Batman's got a ball-jointed head, though it is hindered by the suit, which, you know, it was in the movie. Batman couldn't actually turn left or right. He pretty much just, you know, had to go like that, you know. Ball-jointed shoulders, they do go out pretty far, about that much, maybe a little bit more. That's a lot more than the Hot Toys one, I'll say that, because this is actually plastic and, you know, it's not a rubber suit. Though it looks like it. Let's see, there's like a ball-jointed elbow, ball-jointed wrist. I believe this is ball-joint as well, though it's just like a pivoting joint, you know, it's like an ab crunch. And you can get it pretty far as well. I'm impressed. That is nice. Ball-jointed legs go out about that far. There's a thigh swivel, as you can see. Works nice. Ball jointed knees, they pivot about 90 degrees and they swivel. Nice. And last but not least, your standard ball jointed feet. Got a little bit of a rocket joint as well, just so you can get some more dynamic poses to the side of the foot. Pretty cool. I've heard a lot of complaints about the boots. I'm not seeing a big issue here, even though these pieces do stand out pretty far from the actual shoes. I'm not really complaining about it because they're actually made of a very soft rubber, which means they're not going to hinder the movement in the articulation. As you can see, it works like a charm. The 18-inch Batman figure's utility belt was a separate piece. This one, on the other hand, is actually one complete molded piece in the crotch area, unfortunately. I guess it was to cut corners. But, you know, it works for what it is, but you can tell that the utility belt is a bit sloppy painted, and some of the paint is actually rubbing off, and the plastic is starting to peel, and you can see underneath there's like some black showing. Overall, I gotta say, I'm pretty amazed about this figure. He is very cool, and it's definitely something that I've wanted for many, many years. Now, to talk about the cape, where do I start with this thing? It's nice. It's not Hot Toys nice, but it's pretty good. It's a lot better than the 18-inch NECA Batman figures cape, because that one was too short, and that's really the big issue with that one. It was just too short. The issue with the Hot Toys one was it had a wire attached, so getting it to stay straight down was quite impossible. And it was all wrinkled up as well with the way it was packaged. But this one is just like a fabric. It's like soft goods, which works. You know what? In all honesty, if you feel the need to replace this cape because it's just ruining the appearance of this figure, might I recommend you check out Tony Mai's NECA 7-inch Batman cape that he's working on. If you want to pay about the same price that you would be getting for like 2 of these figures, be my guest. But I'm not going to do that. I'm not bashing Tony Mai, but I just don't feel the need to cough up that much money for just to throw in like a few utensils or other utilities that Batman did not come with. Yeah, sure. Then maybe I'd be willing. But, you know, for what it is, I mean, more power to you guys. I'm not really fond of NECA because there's been times where they actually have some great figures, but there's also plenty of times where the figures are like statues. They'll have articulation at the elbows and the arms, maybe at the wrists, and of course the head, but when it gets to the lower part of the body, their legs are like just, you know, like a statue. They don't move. I've always thought that NECA's quality has been quite lacking over the years. I know over time they've gotten better, but I've always called NECA like a second McFarlane Toys, where you can get some great detail on these figures, but you always gotta suffer through quality issues. Thankfully, that did not happen to this Batman figure. This figure is just overall amazing. Minus nitpickings, I really got no complaints about it. I'm going to go ahead and give it a complete 5 stars. I mean, what else can I say about this figure? It is well worth the purchase. If you don't have this figure, might I recommend you get him immediately, because once the Blu-ray bundle is gone, I believe that is the end for this release, because the only way that this ever happened was because of the Blu-ray 25th Anniversary Bundle. They were able to work out a deal with Warner Brothers, and that's how this Batman came to be. Now, if it wasn't for the Warner Brothers rights to actually release this figure in this color scheme with the actual Blu-ray bundle, then I would probably have to cough up a lot of money just to buy the NECA video game tribute Batman and to actually repaint him in this color scheme, and that would have just been out of the question. So, you don't want to wait. You really want to get this first chance you get. If you don't have any money on you at the time, hide him, okay? Do whatever you got to do to get this figure in your collection. Don't let this NECA figure slip out of your hands is all I'm trying to say. Because once he's gone, you know the prices on eBay are going to go sky high. Let's face facts. That's what always happens to a limited release action figure. Once the eBay scalpers get a hold of this, and once the license is gone, you might even be paying half of what you would be paying with the Hot Toys Batman figure. So, the choice is yours. I'm just giving my opinion out there. Besides, you wanted my opinion, here's my opinion. The figure's worth it. I've got nothing else to say. Thanks for watching this review. If you have any questions, you know what to do. You can just leave them in the comment section down below. If you like this video, would you mind hitting the like, comment, and sharing this video? Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more RedX reviews of epic proportions. And until then, I'll see you next time.
This is the Toys R Us exclusive Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Movie White Ranger Edition Power Morphin, a part of the ever-growing Legacy Collection. Here is the front of the package. Here is the back of the package. Here is a look of the contents within the box. And here is a picture of someone's tooth during a root canal operation.
First chance you get. If you don't have any money on you at the time, hide him, okay? Do whatever you gotta do to get this figure in your collection. Whether you are a Batman completist or whether or not you I mean, dogs will be barking. You see the shit I have to put up with